I'm about to share an embarrassing story, Ben and Belle, about my childhood, and I'd appreciate it if we could all be adults, okay?
Okay.
Right, we'll just be adults about it.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had the strongest bladder, okay? I never have. And, most nights I'm up 1 to 2 times to go to the toilet, which is not great when you're, like, not even 30 yet. Like, I know that, like, old people, they're, oh, yeah, my bloody bladder's going all the time. But I think it was 3 times last night, and that really annoys my wife, obviously, when I'm getting out and into bed all the time. And this horrible memory popped into my head this morning when I was saying to her that it's always been a bit of a problem for me because I was a bedwetter as a child, and it was like often. So what happened is my parents bought this gadget for me, and basically it was like an alarm. So basically you would put this alarm in your jocks. Hang on, guys. Let's all be adults about it. And what would happen is when you started pissing yourself at night, it would go and it was really loud. The idea is you would wake up and then go, hang on, I need to go to the toilet.
But it's too late. You've already pissed yourself.
Well, yeah, the idea is as it's starting to come out, it just...
Like a shock collar for a toddler,
Really?
or what is it? Like a...
I
how old are you?
wouldn't put a shock collar on a toddler.
How old were you?
No, yeah, I was 14. No. I don't know. I was in, like, primary school. But the thing is, as well as a weak bladder, I'm also a very heavy sleeper. So what would happen is my parents would always have to wake me up. So, at a certain point, what happened is Mum and Dad were like, okay, we're really going to stamp this bedwetting out because they can't go on like this. So they had a little single mattress that they put next to their bed. And then what would happen is I would start weeing myself. The alarm would go off, wake my parents up, and then they would wake me up in the middle of the night and say, you've just pissed yourself.
Liam!
And so then it was like a double shame where I'd wake up, I've already wet the bed, and I've woken my parents up, and there's this loud, ear-piercing alarm going off. And I'm like, what is happening here?
How you made it this far, I don't know.
That's such a Liam story.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
I cut it out, though. I'm proud to say I've gone 4 weeks without wetting the bed, actually. So, pretty good.
Liam and Belle, how's this? I'm going to spread my nana's ashes.
Oh, really?
Oh, this is Nanny who is under the bed, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
Been there for a long time now.
So, what was her name again?
Margaret.
Nanny Marg.
Yeah. So we called her Nana.
Yeah.
The one that you didn't know that she was under the bed for a while.
Not for a while, no. So I knew my Nana. I was quite young when I passed. I think I was maybe 10 or 12 when she passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a long time ago now. We got her cremated, and I didn't realise, but she was being stored under my bed for a few years. But her dream was to get scattered in Scotland. Her ashes.
I see what you did there with the scattered now.
And so my mum and dad were always going to take her to Scotland.
Yeah.
But I guess life gets in the way. And my mum, not a great flyer these days. She doesn't like flying. And so they were worried. I was chatting to mum and dad the other day, and they said, we just don't know if we're going to get over there to spread them. Yeah. And I said, I'd love to go to Scotland. I'll do it. And then I thought about it, and I was like, I don't know how to spread ashes. Like, I don't know what to do. Do you have to declare that when you get on the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those things, like when you come back from Bali and they like ask if you've been in, around jungles and stuff. If they sort of if they go through your bag and you don't declare, and there's a bit of nana in there.
Yeah.
Some nana ash. Yeah. It's literally human remains, I suppose.
It is, yeah. And then in theory, it all sounds good because you're just like, yeah, I can do that. But then when you actually think about it, so I believe she wanted to get scattered in Aberdeen in Scotland. Yep. So I'd have to go there. Then it's like, where do you go? Once you're in Aberdeen's a big town. Yeah, where do you go in Aberdeen? Do I go to the main street?
Your family should know this.
Or
they
is that
should
crazy?
know if she had a special place
They
or where
might.
she grew up, or did she have a spot that she
Well,
had?
I mean,
okay, so let's say it's where she grew up, right? Do I find that house which now has a stranger living in it?
Hi, I'm from Australia. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this black sand. This is just my nana.
I guess.
That's why it's strange, isn't it? So then, okay, so I go to her house, I spread the ashes. Do I wear a mask? I don't want to breathe nana in.
And you also don't.
Who
wants
breathing my nana in?
That's okay.
Yeah, look, just find a hill or something. Like you don't do it at the train station. Obviously, you just find somewhere picturesque. I am actually. I don't know when you're planning on doing this, but I'm a good mate of yours, and I am going to Scotland at the end of the year. You know that, so if you wanted to save, I know you've got a young family. If you give me a Ziploc bag, I'm happy to.
You want to smuggle Nana over for me?
I'm happy to. Yeah, I'm happy to put your Nana somewhere. Like,
Would you say a few words?
absolutely. Yeah. Just
What would you say?
well, she was a Nana. She was a
was.
Nana.
Yeah.
Under Ben's bed for a bit.
Nana
Yep.
always, so when you would try and leave her house, she would always give you bottles of like no brand fizzy drink.
Yeah.
She'd always
That's
try and
such a
load you
Nana
up.
thing to
Yeah.
do.
Fun.
Yeah. And you go, no more. I've got 8 liters, Nana, and she just keep loading you up.
She really loved that stuff.
Maybe you
Um,
find a lemonade bottle and put her in that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was a big smoker. She used to always, I remember, so it'd be my older sister, my older brother, and me being quite young, and she would always smoke. And you'd go, Nana, roll the window down. Nana, roll. And she'd go, leave them up.
let's hotbox this bad boy. What
That was
about
Nana.
What about because she loved smoking so much, we could smoke Nana in a castle in Aberdeen. No, I'm just being disrespectful now.
No, but if
Yeah.
you want to spread Nana, I'll think about that. That's a generous
Yeah,
offer.
like it's actually
It's
quite
a generous
nice,
offer.
That's
quite
so
a nice thing.
sweet.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
a
real
sweet
best
guy.
friend thing to do.
All right, I'll think about that.
So, all
I'll
right, man,
think
you
about
just
it.
bring your Nana in any time if you want me to scatter around somewhere. That's fine.
Thanks, mate.
Well, this is insane. Another billionaire is taking a submersible down to the Titanic site.
Groundhog Day.
Yep. To prove that it's safe. Remember that last, I think it was Stockton Rush was the guy. He had the company and he was like, it's so safe, I'm going to go and do it myself.
Mhm.
And then he died with 4 other people.
Yep.
Obviously. And it was very instant. We thought they were lost for a while. Remember that was like the big thing and
Well,
everyone was,
they thought they were stuck down there with limited
yes,
oxygen.
and
Yeah.
it was kind of like the Thai cave boy thing, where it was like, "Oh my god, how are we going to rescue them?" Like, there's going to be movies about this and all that sort of stuff. But obviously, the ship just crumpled up. Yeah, no, it was, and it's just like, but you learn from those mistakes.
Absolutely.
You don't go, "Oh, let's just do the same thing again."
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's putting his money where his mouth is. I think it's ridiculous. But he is. This is real. You can look it up. It's in the news. And he's actually advertising for it now. In fact, I heard one of the ads for it on the radio today.
Well, hey there. I'm billionaire playboy Larry Connor. How would you like to ride in my submersible to the Titanic site? Witness history with your own eyes beneath the breathtaking Atlantic Ocean. What's the worst that could happen? It's not like we could all physically implode 12,000 feet below sea level. That won't happen again. I think. It's all super safe. We're not using a $40 Logitech controller this time. We've got a state-of-the-art PlayStation 5 controller with haptic feedback. It's very cool. 1,522 people have literally died in this exact location. But you know what they say, third time's a charm. It probably won't happen to you. I think. Now there are still a few spaces available, so it'd be great if you could book. There's only a few left. It's been very popular, so we're just gonna need you can book. Let me assure you, business is booming. That was probably a poor choice of words. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of pressure. There I go again. I'm so sorry. Please book. It'll be great.
Better call the pest control person because the love rat's in the studio on Nova.
You want to kill me?
Yep.
Oh.
Not you, Belle, but the love rat.
And then bring me back to life next Wednesday when
Yep.
we do it again.
Mm-hmm.
13 24 10. Tonight, we want to know, did you sleep with a client? It's not illegal. Like, if you're a personal trainer, it's not illegal. It's frowned upon, but it's not illegal.
Are you speaking from past experience on that, or?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, if maybe you're a lawyer and you had a client, but this one, we want to know this because there is an amazing story about a police officer.
Maybe you're a bin man. You're picking up someone's bins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a client?
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
I think
You're providing a service.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think if you were driving the truck and you were picking someone's bins up,
Yeah.
and then they were out there in their robe and they dropped their robe.
And you say, "Hey, bin man, once you're finished emptying those, would you like to fill up these?" No, I don't. Sorry.
I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good for like
much.
improv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Over
a
in
bit
the
gross,
US,
just- yeah.
this one I think is frowned upon, sadly. A police officer got caught in the back seat of the police car with the lady that he just arrested. Hot. So he arrested her, handcuffed her, put her in the back seat.
It said you have the right to remain silent.
They were driving, and she said, well, I'm down to F. And he said, okay.
I don't think you can do that as a police officer.
Turned his body cam off,
Oh, they always do that.
pulled down a side
They do.
street.
Do you know what, though? To be fair, more sus if you kept it on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pulled down a side street.
Mhm.
The headquarters were tracking the car, and they were like, "Okay, it's going down a side street." Stayed there for 10 minutes, and then called for help and said, "I've locked her and myself in the back seat, and
Oh,
I can't
no.
get out." They then had to wait for over an hour in the back seat, and then other police officers came, got them out, and
Took
said,
him an hour to get there.
Yeah,
They must have
and
been
then-
laughing in the station.
Yeah.
and then said, "Yeah, like, what were you doing? How did you end up in the back seat?" He's
Mm-hmm.
now resigned. Hot, still hot.
Yeah,
Like,
if you're
that's
gonna if
awesome.
you're gonna go out, that's a good way to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for her, like, that's awesome.
All right, 13 24 10. That is our number. Have you slept with a client? We've never done this before, so I am interested to see if we get some calls. Did you sleep with a client? Amanda, tell us. This was your ex-husband,
Oh
is
my
that
God.
right?
I just laughed my head up when you said maybe, you deliver bins. My ex-husband has a skip bin business
Yeah.
while we were married, and that I know of, there was 10 women that he slept with.
No
And
way. No
I
way.
know, and I kept thinking, how does this happen? Like, people ring up for a bin. Anyway, so I contacted a few of them, and yeah, that's what was happening.
Hang on. So he was. I'm so sorry
Amanda.
this happened to you, Amanda. But so he was dropping off the skips
Yeah.
and then just like.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know the details, but I know one particular woman made him afternoon tea, and one thing led to another. And then when I confronted him about it, and he said to me, "Just for the record, they came on to me."
Well, that doesn't really help things, does it?
Oh, Amanda, I'm
No.
so sorry that happened. But
That's ages ago, 5 years ago. But yeah, so that's what happened.
Amanda, do you want some tickets to go see Garfield?
what?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, you got yourself some tickets to go see Garfield.
Woohoo! Yes.
Thanks for sharing your
No,
story.
No, I appreciate that, Amanda. We don't have like huge cat. I mean, you are in the draw for Nova's 10K day in May. With the Ricky Lee Temperature.
I just felt like I need to do something.
it's true. And when you have a caller who says, my husband slept with 10 women whilst delivering skip bins, you naturally feel sorry for someone, so you go, prize. Then you look down and you see 2 tickets to Garfield.
Yes.
And that's what you have to give away.
Hopefully that orange cat eating lasagna will make you feel better.
13 24 10 if you also want Garfield tickets. Did you sleep with a client?
I also think they were the last ones we had.
So, yeah, no more Garfield tonight, guys. That'll be tomorrow if you want them. But
Bailey in Barizzi, have you slept with a client?
Yes, I have. I'm a personal trainer at a gym, and I've slept with my client. So,
you do seem, yeah.
Did you?
stoked about
I
that.
feel like you were like pausing for a round of applause from us.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, Bailey, I feel like 80% of tonight's calls might be PTs. I
And
feel.
yeah, so it was. How did you sort of work that one out? Was it sort of before or after a session, or?
it was sort of, after a few sessions, and then, sort of messaging, and one thing led to another. So,
Was
and,
it
she,
at the
yeah.
studio?
no, not
right.
at the
Missed,
studio, no.
missed opportunity, Bailey. Were you both single?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Oh well,
Yeah.
all the best.
So,
Yeah. You together?
we're actually been together for 2 years now,
Oh,
and
good
she's
on
the
Oh,
mother of my 1-year-old, and I'm
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so you're like a nice guy. Yeah. For a second, I thought you were just like a sleaze bag, moving through like 10 a week. But
hang on. We can't ask this, and then everyone that calls up, we call them sleazy. That's fine.
Well, no, it was just the way Bailey was like a little bit
He was like
tepid. He was a little bit tepid in his delivery.
I
If it's
thought.
consensual and she wanted it, then great.
Although we didn't know that, did we, until we asked more questions.
Okay,
That's
fine.
why we were asking questions, Belle. Thank you, Bailey.
Tom in Brisbane. How you doing?
Good, thank you, mate. How are you?
Not too bad. You slept with a client.
Oh, yeah, pretty funny story, actually. So I'm an Uber driver on the GC, and I picked her up from her Tinder date, and he finished too quickly like most men, I suppose. And then and then I picked her up, and then at the end of the drive, we parked out the front of her place, and we start talking, start hooking up. Made a mess in the front and then goes, get in the back, let's finish it off.
Whoa, no worries. 5 stars. And Tom, did you...
It was actually 69 stars, mate.
Gee whiz. Okay. And Tom, did you hit her with the $100 cleaning fee afterwards, or?
Oh, mate, it was more than $100 to clean the car up. Shit finish, that's for sure. Yeah.
Tom, you had a lot to say. We're going to have to fade you down, I reckon.
yeah, before that one gets reported.
Wow.
Larry, in Brisbane, you were the client, so you slept with who?
Yeah, I got lucky. We got a couple of head of cattle at home, and every now and then you've got to get them all preg tested. So the vet comes out, and the cheapest way to get any vet work done is to marry one. So engaged now, together for a few years, and married next year. It's the best vet services you can get when you marry them.
Wow, so Larry, you got some cattle, the vet came out to preg test them, and then one thing led to another.
Yeah, no, it's an annual job preg testing, or more often if you can, and she's a good-hearted person, and she loves her animals, of course, being a vet, and it makes all vet work and getting things done on the property much easier when you have the advice there on hand any minute.
Good on you, Larry. Good on
and
you.
I couldn't imagine that preg testing a cow would give you the horn. So I don't know. I don't really know how that happened, but it seems like you found love, and I like it. I like
love.
it.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.